Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. Today we're going to be making an eggnog cake for the holidays. So let's get started. Okay, for this eggnog cake, what you're going to need is a stick of butter softened, which is the same as 1/2 of a cup. And then you're going to need 1 1/4 cups of sugar. You need 1 cup of eggnog. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 eggs, large at room temperature. You need 2 1/4 cups of cake flour sifted, or you can use 2 cups of sifted all-purpose flour. You need 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then the final ingredient is 2 tablespoons of bourbon. And that's just to help flavor it like eggnog. So that's for the actual cake itself. So what you need to do first, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And then I have 2 9-inch round cake pans that I have prepared with shortening, and then I put a parchment round in there to prevent my cakes from sticking. So now I'm going to take my butter and sugar and I'm going to cream those together. Now, once you do that, you're going to add 1 egg at a time. So even though I have them in here, I'm just going to let one of them fall in at once. And I'm going to mix that in, and then I'll add the other one. So 1 egg at a time, beat it in, and then add your next egg. Okay? Next. And there's the second egg. And now we'll add in our final egg. Okay. Now we add in our vanilla. All right, now the next step is I am going to get out a whisk. Now I'm going to add my baking powder and my salt to my flour, like so. And then I'm just going to take the whisk and I'm going to combine that all together, like so. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the flour and mix that in and alternate it with the eggnog. And I usually do this step in thirds when I make cakes. And this cake is going to be frosted with an eggnog flavored frosting. And then I'm going to make some white chocolate Christmas trees. And I'm going to let those firm up, and then I'm going to put them on the outside of the cake once I get it frosted. So I'll show you that part at the end. I'm going to combine this pretty good, and then I'll take my scraper and I'll scrape around and then go with the mixer around 1 or more time or so just to get it completely combined. And this is the last of our flour mixture and the last of our eggnog. Smells good, smells festive. And you want to just mix your cake until all the flour is incorporated. You don't want to overbeat it. So once you get all that combined in, scrape around your bowl. Make sure all your ingredients are incorporated. Give it one good whisk and then add your bourbon. Hold on, I gotta wipe my hands off. I don't want to get cake batter all over my mixer. All right. All right, now I'm going to add in the 2 tablespoons of bourbon. Now when you're baking this cake, you know, the alcohol part of that bourbon will evaporate out of the bourbon, so your cake isn't going to be, you know, full of a bunch of alcohol or anything like that. So you're just going to get the overall flavor of the spirits without the alcohol part of the spirits. So don't worry about that if you don't want to imbibe any. The frosting does not have it in there. Okay? That's it. And all of our batter has come together. All right. So, set everything over here to the side. Get my scraper. So we're going to evenly divide this batter between the 2 round 9-inch cake pans. So I usually put some in, and then I go to my other pan and put some in. You can really smell the eggnog in this. It smells so good. I wish y'all could smell it. I wish we had YouTube smell-o-vision. You would be like, whoa, that smells good. And I just want to get as much of it in as I can to my cake pans. All right. Push it around until the batter covers the whole bottom of your cake pan. All right, same thing over here. All right. All right, shake it and tap. Just make sure I don't have any air pockets in there. All right, that's it. So now we'll bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna check it at 25 to make sure I'm not over baking my cakes. So there they go, 25 minutes. So we'll be back in a couple minutes and show you how to make the frosting and the Christmas trees. All right, y'all, our cakes came out of the oven. They're over here. They were in there for 25 minutes and then they were done. So always check to you know, make sure a few minutes early. You don't want to over bake them because they'll get dry. So these took 25 minutes. If yours aren't done at 25, check them again at 30 or so. So for the while they're cooling, we're going to make the frosting. So we have 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter, and we're going to need 4.5 cups of powdered sugar. We need 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg and about 1/4 of a cup of eggnog for this. So the first thing I'm going to do is cream my butter, and it's softened at room temperature. So I just want to get that all creamed in and nice and fluffy and everything. Even though I'm making this a few minutes ahead of time, I'll just put a damp tea towel over it to keep it moist inside so it doesn't dry out. So here goes 1 cup, and then 2, 3, 4, 4 and a little bit, about 4.5. And I keep it out just in case I get it too slack. I can add a little bit more. If it's not slack enough, I can add a little bit more eggnog. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my nutmeg. And we'll turn it on slow, like the slowest speed. And then I'll add a little bit of the eggnog. You don't want to pour it all in at once. And then slowly increase your speed as you go to get it all mixed together, but not fling everything out all over yourself. And like I say, you don't add all of the eggnog at once, but it's gonna need some more because it's too dry, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. You don't want it runny, but you don't want it too thick because you want it to be able to spread over your cake. So I'm going to check the consistency of it. I think it needs just a little bit more eggnog. And that frosting tastes just like eggnog. All right, now I'm gonna scrape around the sides to make sure I get all of it incorporated into my frosting. Don't wanna leave any of the good bits out. Now then, whip it up some more. We have like a teaspoon of eggnog left. We'll go ahead and add that in. And I'm gonna whip it up high. I want it to get nice and fluffy and light. And that looks pretty good. So now we'll take this down, take this out, and our frosting is just the right consistency, and we have enough to frost a 2-tiered layer cake. So, like I said, I have a damp tea towel. I'm just going to lay it over the top just to keep it moist while I am waiting for my cakes to completely cool. So when they're completely cool and we're ready to frost, we'll come back and show you how to decorate it. All right, y'all. We took our cakes once they cooled down and I iced them in the middle with the frosting and then on top and around the sides, and then I just stuck my Christmas trees on, and I had written in chocolate Merry Christmas, and it's got little white sparkles on it, and I just put that on the top of the cake. And that's how simple and easy it was. It's not a professional cake, but it's still a cute holiday cake. You could take it to family gathering or potluck at work or something like that, and people would think that you were so cool. It's got a really good eggnog flavor. It's delicious. So what we're going to do now is just cut a small piece and try it. So I'm going to move my Merry Christmas a little bit. I don't want to cut into that just yet. Just getting a small slice. As you can see, it's nice and tender and moist. So now let's try it. That is delicious. It tastes just like eggnog in a cake form, and it's really good. It's perfect. If you like my video making holiday eggnog cake, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. share my video with others. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification button so you'll get notified every time I release a video. And go back and watch some of my other videos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see y'all next time in Nene's Texas Kitchen.